From your perspective, what are some of the legal and regulatory implications that's involved in a cyber attack?
Yeah. So as right now, there's no kind of national or federal legislation governing data privacy and cybersecurity that applies to both for-profits and nonprofits. So it's a bit of a patchwork. There are a number of state laws in place from California, Virginia, and Colorado. If you look at the landscape the next year or two, there are a number of other states that will soon be instituting data privacy laws. It makes it a little bit harder for nonprofits and any kind of organization to comply because it's very state specific. The good news is that a lot of these state laws do exempt most tax exempt organizations with some caveats to that. But generally speaking, like the Californias and the Virginias and the Delawares don't apply to nonprofits. But there are some that specifically do include nonprofits. One would be Colorado. Another one is New York State. I always say know the laws, know what you do, know the kind of data you collect, and then know what state laws and what other kind of laws might apply to the work you're doing and the data you're collecting.
So if you're an organization, whether nonprofit or for-profit, and you have operations or employees in other states, you really need to be thinking about what those state regulations are in each state that you operate.
Yeah, good question. You don't have to have employees. So for all these regulations, it's not tied to the employees, it's tied to the data you collect. And there are some base levels. So in Colorado, and a lot of the states have, it's either 100,000, you have information on 100,000 residents, or you derive more than 25 million in funds, it could be donations, or a certain percentage. So it's usually, so a lot of nonprofits, even though they may have Colorado residents, they may not have 100,000. A lot of small mid-size won't. But these things are always changing.